Multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Head
And that's exactly what we're about to do, is spark that fire this morning. Hello, 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 hello to you, and you. Good morning to everybody. I hope all is well with you on this Monday morning, October 20th. Y'all, next week is the last week of October, and then it is Halloween weekend. Okay, so should be a good time next weekend for sure, and it should be a good week this week as well. As you guys know, Milagro Gramz, shout out to Conscious TV, is in the middle of a lawsuit with Megan Thee Stallion, and there was a SA lawsuit that was filed for a 2023 incident at Camp Mob. I have the lawsuit. Shout out to Document Things. We are going to talk about all that this morning. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. One thing to know and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Roll it.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith. I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price. And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it off right. But I'm waiting for you the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it? And I say,
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early. Dirty.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
It is a new morning. Julie Chen, Moonves, and to Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely right on this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully all is well with each and every single one of you. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do, because rather it is time to go on tour. Here we go. Here is the lawsuit right here. So, plaintiffs Jordan Thomas and Antonio Tolfi filed their petition for damages as defendants and would respectfully show this court as follows. So they request that the court enter a discovery control plan and place this case on level 3. Plaintiff Jordan Thomas is a Texas citizen. Plaintiff Antonio Tolfi is a Texas citizen. At the time of these events, given rise to this lawsuit, plaintiffs were happily married. Defendant Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, aka Milagro Gramz, is a Texas citizen. Defendant Ma Braille is a domestic limited liability company authorized to do business in Texas. It may be served through its registered agent, Milagro Cooper. And then you have Defendant Alexander Jeffries right here. Defendant Texas Premium Rentals LLC is a domestic limited liability company authorized to do business in Texas. Airbnb is a Delaware corporation with principal place of business in San Francisco, California. Defendant John Doe 1 is a defendant in this case. His or her true name is presently unknown, but will be added once discovered. Defendant John Doe 2 is a defendant in this case. His or her true name is presently unknown, but will be added once discovered. So, right here, this court has personal jurisdiction over all defendants except Airbnb because they are Texas citizens or businesses domiciled in Texas. So here we go. Here are facts common to all counts right here. Here we go. Plaintiffs prior to the sadistic and dehumanizing exploitation by the defendants were married. Defendant Milagro and Camp Mob collectively, Milagro defendants plan, organize, and host, organize, and manage an event called Camp Mob. Camp Mob is a fan engagement kickback which has undeniably commercial purposes, gathering the Milagro defendants fan base, promoting, marketing their brand, and maintaining engagement of their base. These efforts in Camp Mob specifically are intended to support Milagro defendants' efforts to monetize their platforms and social media content. Camp Mob is an annual event. Milagro defendants host the event at a different venue each year. Plaintiffs had attended a Camp Mob event in the past. However, those prior events were uneventful and free of abuse or misconduct. Accordingly, plaintiffs had no reason to foresee that the November 2023 event will be conducted in a negligent or abusive manner. In attending, plaintiffs reasonably relied upon the Milagro defendants. Relied on the Milagro defendants' representations and advertisements regarding the nature, safety, and purpose of the event. Plaintiffs and other guests were invited through Milagro defendants' online platforms, example, Stationhead, Discord, Twitch, Spotify, and podcasts. Plaintiff Tolfi first became aware of Milagro Cooper and her platform, Ma Braille, through his spouse, Jordan, who listened to broadcasts while working from home. Plaintiffs later promoted their candle business on the Ma Braille platform. From there, plaintiff Tolfi's relationship with Milagro defendants deepened through continued interactions, including his custom wig making business and participation in related online broadcasts. This particular Camp Mob was held on November 2nd through the 6th of 2023. The sexual assault of plaintiff Thomas occurred during the night of November 3rd, 2023, continuing into the early morning hours of November 4th, 2023. So that is just the opening, right? So basically, content creators are doing more live events than ever before. And apparently this is an annual thing. I never heard of it. Just saying, Black on the Block is way bigger than this. Just saying, you want to talk about entrepreneurship. Black on the Block just got a deal with Live Urban Nation. So Live Urban Nation, Milagro Grams. So, listen. But it sounds like in the past, the event was conducted in a decent order, fashion, and in a energy that was respectable. And then apparently for this edition, it went to shit. Camp Mob is obscenely a party, but the Milagro defendants are not merely social hosts. This was not the first Camp Mob event in this particular case. However, Milagro defendants rented the venue a single family home from Airbnb. The venue's address is 77109 Glass Street, Houston, Texas, 77016. Hang on. Give me one moment, y'all. I just want to see what this looks like here. Okay, so I think this is it. Right here. This is it. Very nice. Very nice. Let me make sure that's the right. Yep, this is the right address right here. Let's see if we can pull it up. Oh, wow. Y'all, this is kind of nice. Let me show y'all. Wow. Okay. So here it is here. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 3,327 square feet. Just we do one picture each. This is a very nice home. Wow. They had it here. Okay. Very rustic, kind of like ranch style. But it's a nice home. Oh yeah, all that interior wood. Yeah, that's like ranch style for sure. But I like those chairs though. Those are very nice. So we're just going through the home here. We're not doing anything illegal. Okay, so listen, homes are on the internet all the time. Just wanted to make that known in case anybody wants to try it. A little movie theater room. I mean, damn, that's very small. I see why it's listed for the price that it was. It's not a bad looking home. Wouldn't be my first choice, but there it is. Okay. So here it is here. The venue's owner is Texas Premium Rentals, LLC. Milagro defendants instructed guests that they could not use personal cell phones during Camp Mob. Plaintiffs learned after the fact this had two intended purposes: ensuring that the Milagro defendants had exclusive content from Camp Mob, and number two, preventing guests from summoning help, while John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 committed the sexual assault upon Plaintiff Thomas. Milagro defendants orchestrated the environment and recorded the assault for their own profit. Now, here's the thing, right? If you're going to do a live event, right, there should be a social media team. There should be your own videographers and photographers capturing stuff, so that way you won't have to force your audience to, do that, right? Number two, there are people that have health conditions. So with somebody, for example, let's just say somebody's allergic to pineapple, right? And somebody drank a pineapple drink and they start convulsing, right? And they don't have their EpiPen on them. They need to have their cell phone so they can call 911. So basically, you are creating an environment where, guess what? They're not able to have resources to be able to get medical attention. That falls on you. Just keeping it a buck. I mean, for the supposed platform that Milagro Scams has, you would think she would have her own social media team taking the videos and photos and, making that do what it do. But maybe her funds are tight because she opened up her mouth about a celebrity that is bigger than her existence. And isn't it interesting that in order for Milagro to have a career, she's got to talk about Megan? I'm just saying, I mean, we've seen this with Nosy Ho and Nicki Minaj. We've seen this with Tossaway K and Cardi B. We're seeing this now with Milagro Scams and Megan Thee Stallion. 3 black women going against black women. But yet those 3 black women have to talk about those black women in order for them to have a career. Make that make sense. And before anybody says, well, Braylon, you talk about people too. Hold on a second. Every destination we have covered here on Braylon's Virtual Tour Live has been actual, factual, smacktual. Okay? And we don't just cover pop culture. We cover entrepreneurship. We cover true crime. We cover human interest stories. Okay? We cover the spectrum of entertainment, media, and human interest stories with a black perspective. It's like how somebody said last night when other people are doing other content and nobody watches them and nobody gets any views when they do other stuff, but yet they ain't producing no content themselves, so they can't really say shit. I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, you can get mad at me if you want to, but in the words of Talking Shit with Shayna, tell me where I lied at. Just keeping it a buck. Just keeping it a buck. And by the way, if you do have to make fun of somebody for how they look, but you can't argue their point, you've missed the assignment. Just saying. So anyway, I honestly at this point, like, have we all seen the world today, how much we're losing as a country, as a world, mental health wise? Veterans are homeless, which should not be happening. Job Corps is gone for people who want to get vocational skills. FAFSA and the Pell Grant is being reduced. That also means graduate assistantships, student loan repayments, Section 8 housing, food stamps, okay? Early start or head start for childcare. We got bigger issues than making fun of somebody's weight because you can't argue your point or you can't go against the point that they made. We are more concerned about what's happening in the world of reality TV rather than recognizing the space of brokenness of humanity that we all have. I just saw a thumbnail of how 47's favorite poster says Americans regret voting for the president. Well, in the words of a song, it's too late to apologize. You know it's too late. Okay, so it's mind-boggling to me with Milagro Scams, Nosy 304, and Toss Away K, and anybody else that gets big mad at people talking about them. It's like, well, if you would stuck to the assignment, you would have been thrown a lawsuit your way. And this is what happens when you are a one-trick pony and you stay in one section. Now, there's nothing wrong with it if you move with integrity, honesty, and accountability. There's nothing wrong with that because there's plenty of people that they cook and that's all they do. There's plenty of people that sing and that's all they do. There's plenty of people that grow amazing gardens and that's all they do. But they diversify themselves in their subject matter. Moving on, chat. Milagro defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 use alcohol and deception to assault their unsuspecting victims while recording it and then hawking it for profit. Milagro defendants and Jeffries controlled the camp mob environment and directed and encouraged rather heavy alcohol consumption, a practice they referred to as turning up. John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 were invited guests of Milagro Cooper, and their participation in the event was the director's goal of Milagro's actions in creating and controlling the environment. Milagro defendants directed that guests bring alcohol. Milagro defendants encouraged guests to consume an excessive amount of alcohol and use grass and THC ape pens. Guests consumed these substances as directed and encouraged by Milagro defendants. Milagro defendants introduced a drinking game, Carisha Please, Carisha Roulette, which required guests to drink shots of liquor for each card drawn. Now, there's nothing wrong with party games at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. But when you are subjecting your guests to bringing their own alcohol, that's a problem. Because guess what? There's not a team there to account for all the alcohol. This is why for private events, you get bartenders, private bartenders that they handle that. That's why they have the open bar at weddings and birthdays and anniversaries and bar mitzvahs and whatever other events, King Sierras, that it's controlled. And not to mention too, there are, events that, they do hookah, right, and other substances that they have private, specialists that they bring that, and then they have that controlled environment, right? So just keep keeping it a buck. As far as plaintiffs were concerned, this was a promotional party, not an invitation to provide content to the Milagro defendants. There was not a production team present. This camp mob was not marketed as a mock reality TV show or one that was intended to generate content to be exploited by Milagro defendants. Plaintiffs were not asked to execute liability, whereas consent forms regarding the use of their image and likeness. Camp mob did not have any form of security. So basically, this was a Zeus Network produced event. So where is Linnell Plummer and Natalie the Chin Nun at? Where are they at? Like I said, this is sad, right? And it seems like from the production standpoint, this was, in the words of Marcel Scott, throw spaghetti to the wall, see what sticks. And really, bigger than that, this is sounding like Milagro Gramz or Scam, shout out to Conscious TV, is the black female version of Billy McFarland from the Fire Festival. Y'all know how the Fire Festival went to shit. This is sounding like that. Just keeping it a buck. And not to mention, too, let's go back for a minute. Right here, Milagro defendants directed that guests bring alcohol and encourage guests to consume an excessive amount of alcohol and to use grass and THC ape pens, right? So you have people, right, their mental balance. Now, grass is used as a relaxer. Same thing with THC ape pens. They are devices that people use to relax, to have a habit to, just feel like they can get through the day, what have you, right? No judgment there, no judgment of alcohol. Some people are more adults than others, right? But in the same token, when you have all of that and it's not controlled, and then on top of that, you don't have security, when your mental is off and your faculties are out of whack with alcohol and you don't have security, this is a disaster waiting to happen. It is. What do you want me to do? In the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you give me, right? Camp Mob included other events. A wine tasting event earlier in the day. The express purpose of the wine tasting event was to ensure that Camp Mob guests were intoxicated so that the Milagro defendants could exploit them. Camp Mob also included a group meal at the Breakfast Club located at 3711 Travis Street, Houston, Texas, 77002. Give me a moment. So this is the Breakfast Club right here. Oh, they got 4.7 reviews. All right now, listen, nothing wrong with that. Oh my God, child. Look at that right there. That's a beautiful chicken and waffles right there. Listen, I'm in Texas. Besides visiting Row, I'm going there. That looks delicious. And look at that catfish. Oh my God. All right now, listen. Can we make this a franchise around the country, child? Listen. Just saying, because there's now a brunch restaurant chain in existence as of yet. Brunch is starting to come up more and more as a culinary restaurant, branch trend. And this could be a chain. I'm not mad at it. That looks delicious. Milagro defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 acted in concert to exploit plaintiffs by separating them, ensuring they consumed excessive quantities of alcohol such that they would be incapable of consent or self-protection, trespassing plaintiff's private and secure bedroom at the venue, physically assaulting him in battery, George Thomas, engaging him in explicit sexual content, recording that conduct, and later publishing it on various social media platforms. So wait a minute, you mean to tell me, hang on, let me come on the big screen. You mean to tell me that Milagro Gramz is the female version of Diddy? I mean, I'm surprised I haven't seen Baby Oil in the document yet. I mean, Diddy recorded videos. He didn't sell videos. But Diddy did say that if you don't do what I say, I will release these to the public. In Camp Mob, they recorded videos allegedly for profit. Sexual assault, Diddy. Sexual assault, Milagro Gramz. Alcohol, grass, THC 8 pens, baby oil, pink Coca-Cola, right? Diddy on this side, Milagro on this side. Either way, you get what I'm saying here, okay? Child, this is a hot-ass mess. Let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Wow. And they're publishing it on various social media platforms. The Milagro defendants, Jeffries, conspired together to exploit plaintiffs for commercial gain. In furtherance of this conspiracy and sexual exploitation, Milagro defendants instructed Jeffries to separate Thomas from Tollfree by telling Tollfree that he had to leave with him in order to handle a food delivery while they were at the winery. The purpose of this ruse was to separate Tollfree from Thomas, so that Thomas would consume excessive quantities of alcohol and be removed from someone that could protect or otherwise look out for him. Milagro defendants and Jeffries continued their exploitation and manipulation later that afternoon, when Milagro encouraged plaintiff Tollfree to cast some shade or otherwise mess with the guest about the quality of her wig, Tollfree expecting it to be taken in good humor or provide a spark to the gathering. Not knowing what he was getting himself into, Tollfree followed their guides that led to a heated argument between Tollfree and his guest. Incredulously, Milagro defendants and Jeffries asked Tollfree to leave the venue for the very conduct they just asked him to execute. Recognizing that he was being manipulated, Tollfree and Jeffries argued about the request to leave. At this time, Milagro defendants are recording the whole thing and offering commentary. Example, they're fine, they're leaving. This argument was later posted on various social media platforms without Tollfree's consent. As directed by the host, Tollfree left the venue, thereby leaving his spouse in the role position that Milagro defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 would exploit. Shortly thereafter, as directed by Milagro defendants and Jeffries, John Doe 1 sat on Thomas's lap. Thomas, by this point, was completely lacking the ability to consent, and that inability was clearly obvious to all around him. John Doe 1, without Thomas' consent. Trigger warning, everybody, put his hands on Thomas, quickly took him upstairs to a bedroom, locking the door behind them, where John Doe 2 was already present. Throughout this time, John Doe 1 made derogatory and demeaning hand gestures. Lord Jesus. Milagro defendants used a nail to pick the lock and violate Thomas's privacy. John Doe 1 and 2 sexually assault Thomas after removing his clothes. Thomas is unconscious, and during this entire episode, Milagro defendants are video recording the entire assault and crime. Milagro defendants would later brag that she could pick the lock very easily using a nail, as it was a basic interior bedroom lock. As if this dehumanizing criminal assault were not enough, the same defendants further exploited Thomas orchestrating a coerced confessional / apology. At the time, Thomas was unaware that a SA had even taken place, and due to his extreme intoxication and incoherence, agreed to send Milagro a video saying that he did not remember what had occurred. In this state, Thomas wasn't capable of giving consent or protecting himself from further abuse. After Camp Mob, and without plaintiff's consent or authorization, Milagro defendants posted non-consensual explicit footage of plaintiff Thomas and John Doe's 1 and 2 on various social media platforms, YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and Stationhead. These same defendants posted, again without authorization, the events involving Tollfree and the guest wearing a wig. Much of Milagro defendants' exploitation and invasion of plaintiff's privacy, including key admissions about their conduct, was self-reported on the Stationhead platform, including broadcasting how all things go on November 6th, 2023, and on May 17th, 2025. Now, If you guys don't know, Milagro Scams deleted messages between her and Tory Lane's dad. So if she would do that, I am sure that those videos and photos are still on the internet. And I'm sure that that has been found in discovery. And Milagro is in those videos. Let me bring up Dave Chappelle, because I want to hear what Dave Chappelle has to say about this. So, Dave Chappelle, what do you have to say about this?
Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over. Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over. Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over. Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over.
Well, that's what Dave Chappelle has to say about it. I concur with him. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Hang on 1 second. I'm getting another. I'm getting another person that wants to. Okay, wait. You want to defend Milagro? Are you sure you want to do this, bro? Like, you already are in up. Okay, y'all. Tyrese wants to defend Milagro. Go ahead, my man.
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
He wanted to come on and defend her. What am I supposed to do?
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God. Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
So Tyrese was just saying on behalf of Milagro, what more do you want from me? So that was Tyrese. But, wait a minute. We got a bishop that wants to give some biblical commentary on this. Bishop, what do you have to say about this? What should Milagro Gramz do with this? What should all the defendants do here?
Come out the closet and stop keeping a secret and let the world know if it had not been for the Lord that was on my side, I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you were at your wit's end? That is my point of view. Because my point of view in the Easter story is relational.
So basically, Bishop, what you're saying is that if Milagro Gramz and the Camp Mob defendants brought these people, that shouldn't be relational and they should treat everybody with respect and come out the closet, quit keeping a secret of that they actually committed crimes. I think that's a very fair point. Now, speaking of schemes, right? I gotta bring in Bertha. Bertha, now we got the male perspective. Now we gotta get the female perspective. Bertha, what do you think of what Milagro Gramz and Camp Mob has done here? Let's hear from the female perspective.
He never got no pictures. He was telling you a story, mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the booze.
Wait a minute, what?
He never got no pictures. He was telling you a story, mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the booze.
Wait, what? Just one more time. Hang on. I just want to make sure
He never got no pictures. He was telling you a story, mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
Dave, that's what she said, that it was a scheme that Milagro Gramz set up to come, with the bullshit to the culture. That's what she said, Dave. I know. Let me see, because I do have a friend that deals with accidents that happen every day. Give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Hang on. I'm because this is a real situation, y'all, and I just want to be helpful here. Let me see something if I can. Let me see if I can bring up my friend here. Give me a moment. Okay, I think that this friend can help. Terrence, what can you offer Milagro Gramz and the Camp Mob members here? What can you do, Terrence?
Accidents happen every day, man. But here at Allstate, we're in charge. I know you guys are tired of taking advice from a talking gecko, man. A verbalizing lizard. A manipulating reptile, man.
Call her manipulating
Come on,
reptile.
ain't nobody got
Terrence,
coverage like us, man. I have absolutely no idea who hands you're in right now. But if you let us handle your insurance, man, you'll be in good hands, man. Let Allstate stand, man. Go ahead and let it stand, man. Let it stand, man.
Listen, I tried, okay? I really did. That's all I got for it. That's all the help I can give. But actually, why would I help anybody that would commit SA upon a person that did not deserve it and then go after another black woman when you're a black woman yourself? Go fuck yourself. Moving on. In that context, Milagro defendants confessed to the unlawful entry into the bedroom and recording of Thomas. Milagro defendants and Jeffries reaped financial rewards and remuneration in the form of subscriptions, donations on Twitch, Station Head, Spotify, Cash App, and Discord. So wait a minute, you mean to tell me they didn't talk to Thirsty Toxicity on how to do a GoFundMe either? Oh my lord. I guess a GoFundMe was not part of this one, y'all. They also received audience payments and event participation. Milagro defendants subconsciously removed this content upon learning that Plaintiff Tofi would be exposed in a lawsuit filed by Megan Pete against Milagro. You removed the content, but yet they found the content for all those messages that you deleted with Tory Lane's dad. You're really smart. Really, really smart. Megan Pete sued Milagro for spreading false and harassing content, including sexually explicit fake videos, which Milagro encouraged her followers to share and engage with, and engage in a years-long campaign of harassment against Ms. Pete. The matter is case number 124CV24228, and it's presently pending in the United States District Court, Southern California. Tofi was disposed on July 22nd, 2025. Plaintiffs that noticed the deposition. Defendants' conduct caused plaintiffs to get divorced. Well, that's a damn shame. In addition to you committing SA, there's a couple that was happily married and you made them get divorced. I mean, this is coming from the same woman who said, as long as he is a good father, fuck the baby mama and screw the child. That's what she said about Haley Bailey and Halo. That's exactly what she said. And then she tried to go onto its own site. And then she went on Station Head and say, what the fuck is this? You opening up your mouth and saying you don't give a fuck about women and children, but yet you a mother yourself and somebody wanted to procreate with your ass? That's exactly what you did, child. So I wonder if Milagro Gramz's husband DV'd her and did not invest in the children. Would she be standing for her husband? He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah. Please don't take him away. Y'all, if I went hard on PD, I will go hard against a woman. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Just because you don't have the best to give in terms of the resources you have right now doesn't mean what you have is not important to somebody. And be about your business. That's how I roll over here. Okay? Just like it wasn't right for Karen Huger to have that DUI. But in the same token, Karen Huger has always moved in responsibility. Now, hopefully Karen Huger doesn't get another DUI. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, and this is the problem with some people, right? They will try to roast somebody for them standing up for themselves when they were the problem the whole time. It's called outrageous overshadowing. Oh, look at what this person's doing. Look at what this person's doing. Look at what this person's doing. And that I learned from Dr. Phil, which he is broke as fuck because he wanted to join the other side where he was making $20 million a year from his daytime talk show. He messed up a check in order for you to have a point. Dr. Phil, smart one, said no one ever. But outrageous overshadowing is, look at what they're doing, look at what they're doing, look at what they're doing, but you're doing more outrageous shit and thinking ain't nobody gonna call you out, right? So, I don't know if Thirsty Toxicity is Milagro Gramz' mama. And I'm being facetious when I say that. But you cannot ask for construction when you cause destruction. You can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. You can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. So if you say how somebody looks, okay, when no one's seeing how you look, you can't say shit. Because if somebody can post photos on their community wall that look better than the photos that were posted about you, you should shut your bitch ass or your bitch ass up. And that's the same thing with Milagro. She wants to portray herself as a queen, but when she's really a princess. Princes and princesses do what they want to do. Kings and queens do what they need to do. Let's roll on, child. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Let's roll on. So here we go. Airbnb and Texas Premium. Airbnb operates a peer-to-peer marketplace business model, connecting property owners, hosts with travelers, guests for short-term rentals, and also facilitating unique local experiences. Airbnb does not own physical real estate, but instead charges the fee to both hosts and guests per booking. Airbnb stands in the shoes of the lessor because the rental relationship between owner and guest would not ever be consummated. Consummated, but for its status and branding. Airbnb is all but hawking the property interest it sells. Airbnb has a market capitalization of $75 billion. Good damn. Well done to Airbnb. Airbnb seeks to profit from properties it doesn't own. It is all but the lesser. But it tries to shrink its legal duties and responsibilities by saying we don't own the property, we just want to profit from rent it, just like an owner, whereas yet it exploits both sides of the transaction, the listing and buying side. Airbnb is the owner in all aspects except not having title to the property it seeks to profit from. Airbnb assumes the duty of building trust between users by incorporating a review and rating system, identity verification, and securing payment processing. Upon a host or owner accepting a guest reservation, the host or owner has a contract with the guest. This contract includes the host's terms of service, the specific reservation details, and the cancellation policy and any other rules or policies listed in the property's description. Example, no parties or pets. The guest agrees to read and understand and abide by the terms of this contract. The host may also insist that the guest execute a separate rental agreement or contract. The hosts are responsible for the property and share liability for the rental. In this case, that host was Texas Premium. Airbnb's host guarantee does provide indemnity and protection for claims against the host for injuries to guests and their visitors. Airbnb failed to implement adequate safety measures that could prevent plaintiffs' injuries. Example, deficit screening procedures and insurance safety policies are followed. Hosts must provide safe and secure environments for guests, which include provide adequate security and screening. Texas Premium breached its duty to provide that security and screening under Airbnb's terms of service. Hosts, in this case Texas Premium, are prohibited from allowing experiences involving adult content, drug use, adult-themed activities in private homes, and recording such activity. Texas Premium did nothing to ensure Milagro defendants and their agents abided by the terms of service. Agency at all times material defendants acted individually and or through agents, representatives, and or co-conspirators. Defendants are liable for the acts of their agents and joint actors under the doctrine of responded superior agency and joint enterprise. Civil conspiracy, defendants along with John Doe 1 and John Doe 2 and or other unnamed parties acted in concert and with a meaning of the minds to commit unlawful acts, including invasion of privacy, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Each defendant is jointly and severely liable for all acts committed in furtherance of the conspiracy. Causes of action against defendants. Defendants through their actions or inaction cause and contribute to plaintiff's damages by A, failing to have adequate procedures for the protection and safety of guests, B, failing to discover correct dangerous conditions, C, failing to properly maintain their premises, D, encouraging, facilitating, or negligently permitting the excessive consumption of alcohol and or illicit substances without oversight or safety protocols, and E, evoking or instigating emotional distress between attendees for the purposes of manipulation and control. F, entering a private and locked space without consent and unlawfully invading plaintiff's privacy. G, capturing video and or audio recordings of plaintiff while unconscious, unclothed, and vulnerable without consent or legal justification. H, publishing, broadcasting, or otherwise disseminating explicit materials without consent in violation of plaintiff's rights to privacy, dignity, and bodily autonomy. I, monetizing and publicly promote unlawful recordings on various platforms, including YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and Station Head for personal financial gain. Would that include Milagro's personal website if she had one? So wait a minute, you mean to tell me that your own personal website could have unlawful recordings and you posting people information and other things that you're not supposed to? That could be a part of a crime. Moving on. J, failing to properly supervise and or train its personnel and or those personnel employed or hired by others for whom they are responsible. K, failing to identify or disclose the identities of individuals potentially involved in the SA of plaintiff despite having access to RSVP and attendee data or data. And L, mocking, ridiculing, and defaming plaintiffs via public broadcast, including making explicit admissions of unlawful conduct during live recordings. Count 1, premises liability. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 79 as if fully set out herein. Texas Premium owns the venue. Airbnb controlled the venue. It managed the venue. Its control is evidenced by its contracts with Milagro defendants and Texas Premium and its terms of service to OS. This control is further evidenced by the actual control of the venue. Texas Premium, because of its ownership, and Airbnb, because of its control, had a duty to provide security and take other measures against criminal activity or torturous conduct. Texas Premium and Airbnb reached that duty by failing to take any measures to guard against criminal activity or torturous conduct, failing to reinforce policies, failing to require security for parties, failing to conduct background checks and screening. Texas Premium and Airbnb further breach their duties of care rather by failing to install and maintain emergency service contact devices, a panic button or accessible landline communicate that would have enabled guests to contact emergency services. I feel like that should be or an accessible landline that would allow communication for guests to contact emergency services, but that's neither here nor there, but it's important. The injuries to plaintiffs were certainly foreseeable consequences from Texas Premium's and Airbnb's failures. These failures directly contribute to plaintiffs' injuries. Count 2, invasion of privacy by misappropriation. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 to A9 as if fully set out here in Milagro defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 misappropriate plaintiffs' likeness by recording plaintiffs by recording them at Camp Mob and disseminating those recordings on various online platforms. They did so for the value associated with it. Plaintiffs can be identified in the various recordings. These defendants repeated multiple benefits. Example, increased followers, promotion of their brand subscriptions, and donations on Twitch, Station Head, YouTube, and Discord. No GoFundMe is a part of this, everybody. Just want y'all to know that. I also didn't see PayPal, Cash App in this as well, or their own personal website. They also received audience payments and event participation and sponsorships and contracts. Count 3, invasion of privacy by intrusion upon seclusion or into one's private affairs. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 to 94 as if fully set out here in Milagro. Defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 violate plaintiffs' rights to be left alone. These defendants intentionally intruded upon plaintiff's bedroom, that is Thomas's solitude and seclusion, while in impaired state. These intrusions were unreasonable and violated basic standards for human conduct. These defendants also intruded into plaintiff's relationship and marriage and private affairs by recording them and publicly humiliating them. These intrusions were highly offensive and to any reasonable person. Plaintiffs suffered severe injuries, severe emotional trauma, embarrassment, diminution in reputation, marital relationship damage. It seems like the couple didn't have any kids, but if they have kids, like, really, and Milagro is allegedly a parent. Child, God bless the children. God bless the children. God bless the children. Yes, indeed. And by the way, y'all, I just want to say this. Beware of false prophets out here. Okay? Talking about who should be about their business and who should not. Whether you are a man in your row or a lady in your row, guess what? You are just as guilty for the sins that you have committed. Don't talk about what everybody else should be doing, and you just as guilty for the shit that ain't known about you. Stop that shit. Good damn. Just because you have a microphone doesn't mean you saying anything important into it. Stop that shit. Good damn. It's the Black Destiny, Black Proxy, and Black Imagination for me. I mean, some of y'all out here are moving like this.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not.
We still don't know where that bitch or Mitch lives at, Nigga. We still don't know. Where is your scooter? Where is it? What is the reason? I'm embedded in your motherfucking brain. Like, listen. Oh my God. I can't with some of y'all. I mean, my Lord. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. My Lord Jesus. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Count 4, everybody. Invasion of privacy by public disclosure of embarrassing private facts. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 to 100 as if fully set out here in Milagro. Defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 published matters concerning plaintiff's personal life after Camp Mob, and without plaintiff's consent or authorization. These defendants posted non-consensual and explicit footage of plaintiff Thomas and John Doe's 1 and 2 on their various social media platforms, YouTube, Discord, Twitch, and Station Head. These same defendants posted again without authorization, the events involving toll-free and the guest wearing the wig. Much of Milagro defendants' exploitation and invasion of plaintiff's privacy, including key admissions about their conduct, was self-reported on the Station Head platform, including broadcasting Townhall All Things Go, November 6, 2023, and on May 17, 2025. These publications are highly offensive to a reasonable person of ordinary sensibilities. The matters publicized were not of legitimate public concern. Rather, count 5, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 107 as if fully set out herein. Milagro defendants Jeffries and John Doe's 1 and 2 intentionally or recklessly sought to inflict severe emotional harm and damage to plaintiffs. This intentional conduct is described Sapura. Their conduct was so extreme and outrageous that it goes beyond all possible bounds of decency and should be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. These actions cause plaintiffs extreme emotional distress. Count 6, negligence and gross negligence. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 to 111 as if fully set out herein. Plaintiffs had a duty to exercise reasonable care. Plaintiffs reached that duty as described. Support. Plaintiffs suffered dehumanizing and severe injuries as approximate cause of defendants' multiple failures to exercise reasonable care. Count 7. Make sure I get that right. Make sure we're. Oh, hang on. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're on count 7. Okay, cool. Let me zoom back in. Negligence per se and dram shop liability. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 115 as fully set out here. And defendants provided, encouraged, permitted, or didn't prevent the excessive consumption of alcohol by plaintiff Thomas, who was so obviously intoxicated that he presented a clear danger to himself and others. Plaintiff's intoxication is the proximate cause of the damages plaintiffs suffered, which are described throughout their petition. Count 8, battery. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 118 as if fully set out herein. Defendants by unlawful touching and or prevent unlawful touching upon others. Upon plaintiff Thomas, while he was unconscious without consent, committed a lawful and offensive contact constituting civil battery under Texas law. Count 9, trespass. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 120 as if fully set out here. In Milagro, defendants intentionally picked the lock of plaintiff Thomas's bedroom and made entry into that room in private space. None had plaintiff's consent. This trespass caused Thomas severe damages. Count 10, breach of contract, third-party beneficiary. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 124 as if fully set out here. In Airbnb has a host guarantee program providing indemnity and protection for claims against the host for injuries to guests and their visitors. That host guarantee program is a part of the contract between Milagro defendants and Airbnb. Plaintiffs are intended beneficiaries of that contract and host guarantee program. Plaintiffs have sustained injuries arising from their participation in the camp mob at the venue. Plaintiffs have not been compensated for their injuries arising from that participation. As such, that constitutes a breach of contract. Plaintiffs have suffered damages because of that breach. Count 11, loss of constitutorium. Plaintiffs incorporate 1 through 131 as if fully set out here. And plaintiff Antonio Toll-Free was the former spouse of plaintiff Gordon Thomas at the time of these wrongful acts. As wrongful acts described above, the plaintiffs were married. As a direct result of the defendant's intentional, reckless, and inexorable acts, including sexual assault, battery, invasion of privacy, and public humiliation. Thomas Toll-Free has suffered a loss of constitutorium. Under Texas law, a claim for loss of constitutorium arises when a third party's torturous conduct results in the loss or significant diminishment of love, companionship, comfort, affection, solace, or moral support, sexual relations, and assistance from a spouse. See Whistler versus Miller, 572 SW2D 665667, Texas, 1978. Defendant's conduct directly contributed to the irreparable breakdown of plaintiff's marriage and result in the resulting divorce. Defendant's sexual assault, humiliation, and sequential publication of non-sexual images of plaintiff shared foundational elements of the marital relationship between the plaintiffs. The trauma and degradation inflicted upon Thomas irreparably damaged the couple's emotional, physical, and intimate connection. In particular, Toll-Free was manipulated and deceived by Milagro defendants and Jeffries, who intentionally separated him from his spouse, creating the very opportunity for the heinous acts that followed. He was instructed to leave the venue under under false pretenses, and upon returning, discovered the devastating consequences of defendants' calculated and depraved actions. As a result of the assault and defendant's ongoing exploitation, Thomas suffered profound emotional distress and trauma, rendering him unable to maintain the mutual affection, companionship, and emotional and physical intimacy that once existed in the marriage. The emotional toll-free that has been equally profound. He has suffered the loss of comfort, affection, moral support, sexual relations, and the stability of marriage. He has also endured guilt, shame, and psychological harm arising from his inability to protect his spouse and from witnessing the aftermath of the assault and public dissemination of the private degrading footage. Ultimately, the irreparable harm caused by defendant's conduct contributed directly to the dissolution of plaintiff's marriage. Toll-free seeks recovery for lost custodian and praise for judgments defendants for damages in the amount to be determined at trial, including mental anguish, lost companionship, and services, and all other relief to which he is justly entitled under the law. Wow. So it seems like this is an ironclad lawsuit. This is very hard to just come up with anything. And listen, like I said, everything I'm saying is allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. But sincerely, I really mean what I say. We have to be aware of people who will just click their button to say something because no one's listening to them in real life, y'all. And we are so concerned about if it's not happening to us, then why should we care? And there was a point in time where villages mattered. And I'm not saying that every village is a perfect village. There are some people in a village that are treacherous, torturous, and decrepit, and they need to be stomped the fuck out mentally and otherwise, right? I'm not saying that people in the village who are supporting people, are, the best of the best. But it is quite sad to me, right, that we live in a society that seems to not care about each other as a people. And I don't know what we do about it. I know that my mom has always said you can't control people's, movement. All you can do is control your movement. But our lives begin to end. We become silent on the things that matter. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr. And it's just sad, man. It's just very, very, very fucking sad. So let's keep going here, shall we? Damages for plaintiff Jordan Thomas. Defendants inflicted serious, dehumanizing, and curable injuries to Thomas, including A, physical pain and suffering past, B, physical pain and suffering future, C, mental pain and suffering past, D, mental pain and suffering future, E, loss of enjoyment of life and convenience, F, punitive exemplary damages, G, attorney's fees, H, legal interest from the date of judicial demand, and I, all costs of court and expenses incurred in this prosecution of this litigation. Moreover, as a result of the conduct and incidents described herein, Thomas has sustained medical and counseling expenses in the past, and in all reasonable probability will sustain medical and counseling expenses in the future. Thomas has experienced severe psychological pain and suffering in the past, and all reasonable probability will sustain severe psychological pain and suffering in the future as a result of his psychological injuries. Thomas has sustained loss of earning capacity in the past, and all reasonable probability will sustain loss of earning capacity in the future. Damages for plaintiff Antonio Toll-free. Defendants inflicted serious, dehumanizing, and curable injuries to Toll-free, including A, physical pain and suffering past, B, physical pain and suffering future, mental pain and suffering past, D, mental pain, suffering future, E, loss of enjoyment of life and convenience, F, punitive and exemplary damages, G, attorney's fees, H, legal interest from the date of judicial demand, and I, all costs of court and expenses incurred in this prosecution of this litigation. Moreover, as a result of the conduct and incidents described herein, toll-free has sustained medical and counseling expenses in the past, and in all reasonable probability will sustain medical and counseling expenses in the future. Toll-free rather has experienced severe psychological pain and suffering in the past, and in all reasonable probability will sustain severe psychological pain and suffering in the future as a result of his psychological injuries. Toll-free has sustained loss of earning capacity in the past, and in all reasonable probability will sustain loss of earning capacity in the future. Disclosure. Request for disclosure and preservation. Under Texas Rules of Civil Procedure 194, plaintiffs request that defendants disclose within 30 days of service of this request the information or material described in Rule 194.2. The defendants are hereby given notice that any document or other material, including electronically stored information that may be evidence or relevant to any issue in this case, is to be preserved in its present form until this litigation is concluded. Plaintiffs cannot afford to pay the costs of the proceedings in advance or as they occur, and should be permitted to pursue this matter without the prepayment of costs or the payment of costs as they occur, pursuant to Texas Rules of Civil Procedure Rule 145. Prayer. Plaintiffs pray that A, they'll be granted a trial by jury, B, defendants be ordered to produce for inspection within 30 days the original or a certified copy of all insurance policies which may provide coverage for the personal injuries and damages complained of herein, and which were in effect on the date of the subject incident. C, defendants be duly cited and served with a copy of this petition for damages. D, after all legal delays in the proceedings be had, there be judgment rendered here in favor of plaintiffs and against defendants jointly severe and in solidarity, I think, in the full and true sum of an amount reasonable in the premises to be proven at the trial, including damages for bodily injury, property damage, pain and suffering, mental anguish, and on the merits of this matter, plus legal interest thereon from the date of judicial demand until paid, and for all costs of these proceedings, and for all other just and equitable relief, and they be given notice of this they be given notice of judgment, trial, and all steps and action taken in this litigation pursuant to the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. Defendants are indebtedly joined severely and solidarily unto plaintiffs for an amount reasonable in the premises, and all costs of these proceedings plus legal interest from the date of the judicial demand until paid. Respectfully submitted, Patrick Daniel Law. And here is everything that you need to know there. And then here is the automated certificate of service, basically saying that this has been filed, signed, sealed, and delivered in the words of Stevie Wonder. Y'all, that is the breakdown of the lawsuit. We did that 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 58 seconds. Not too bad there. Y'all, that was a lot. That was quite a lot. Very unfortunate for everybody involved. I pray that that couple who is no longer married, I pray that they are in counseling. I pray that their journey, while it may tarry from time to time, that they will be healed in that. But most of all, that both of them will rise up to be better than this. And in the words of Justin Timberlake, like, what comes around goes back around, back around. And honestly, y'all, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. They're not. That's like having two best friends on your panel that both talk out the sides of their mouth that they were producers for a hot topic show that you could never do versus me that does this shit every day, all day, baby, and you would lose. That's what this is like for Milagro Gramz. She has been in the field with her army, and the cavalry has been whooping ass. And she's been portraying, oh, I'm strong, this, that, and the third, but really, she's the one causing the most damage. This is reminding me of Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, where Joseph was tempted by the wife, and Joseph was about his business, but the wife turned it around to make Joseph go through pain and suffering, but yet Joseph came out better for it, and the wife got caught anyway. That's what this is giving me. And Megan Thee Stallion won't win her case. Absolutely. That's not because I'm a fan, but because right is right and wrong is wrong. Hey, beautiful bullish. Good to see you, gorgeous. Glad to have you here. And not to mention, too, it's just like, does Milagro not know that somebody could have done deep fakes of her? Does she not know that somebody could put out false allegations against her? Somebody could go after her children. Somebody could go after her husband, her family. Like I said, you can't ask for construction when you cause destruction. You can't. And I said what needed to be said. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. That's like saying somebody breaks news culturally, but yet they're known for being crazy. I think homegirl cornbread not done the middle. You need to stop. You need to cut it out. I love the energy. But sincerely, y'all, like, and this is the thing. You may not care that's not happening to you, but the fact that this is happening out here and we're more concerned by who Portia Williams is eating cat from is disgusting, despicable, and disgraceful behavior. Sincerely. When y'all found out who Portia Williams was eating out, did that change y'all bank account at all? Did anybody get $1 million that day? Please let me know. I'm just messing with you, beautiful bullish. You are good in my book, my friend. Love you, Valiant. Appreciate you for being here. But sincerely, can we keep it a buck about some things? I'm just saying. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. It is a damn shame. By the way, shout out to Document Teams for finding that lawsuit. You can find Document Teams on Twitter. And yes, I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't give a fuck about Elon Musk. Okay? Let her crunch and munch. There's a song that I'm thinking of. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Portia has found her Ernie. And that woman has found her burnt in Portia. I'm so bad. I am so bad. I am so bad. Oh my God. You know who I feel like? I feel like Elmo and the world is Rocco. Rocco is a rock. And y'all getting on my nerves being Rocco and trying to make yourself known you're a rock. Snuffleupagus is more real than the bullshit y'all are producing. Sunny day. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Because at least that street is about their business versus the street of the culture out here. Have you seen the street of the culture lately? My Lord Jesus. You got some people acting like Oscar the Grouch out here. My Lord. And by the way, Oscar, I love your brother. No disrespect. Sometimes your perspective is very valuable, appreciated, and needed. Okay. Oh, my Lord Jesus. My Lord Jesus. Good afternoon to y'all. It's 15 minutes after 12 o'clock here on the East Coast. It's still morning time down south, 11:15 a.m. Glad to have you here. I am your virtual tour guide, Braylon Lee. We have just broken down the Milagro Gramz SA lawsuit for a full hour live. Okay. All right. So, yes, indeed. And by the way, the thumbnail that you're seeing, that's not, your eyes are not deceiving you. I said what the fuck I said. Sure did. Actually, let me pull up the thumbnail real quick. Let me pull it up here. Send it to myself so we can all read it together. Child. And before anybody loses their minds, okay? I utilize wordplay all the time, so I don't want to hear shit. Okay? I'm the same motherfucker that said Sean's John is in trial, okay? Let your imagination wonder how Sean John was utilized, okay? And when you find out, you're going to say, fuck you, Braylon. I promise you. So here we go here, y'all. Here we go here. There it is. That's the thumbnail. Okay, that's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail. Okay, all right. So, just in case anybody missed it, and before anybody says, Braylon, you're sexist. Braylon, you're this, that, and the third. Motherfuckers, I was on here every fucking damn day covering the Diddy trial live at 6 o'clock. Okay? Every day at 6 o'clock. The day that the sentencing happened for Diddy, this motherfucker right here was up from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. on that Friday. I don't want to hear shit. We cover everybody over here. Okay? I don't want to hear shit. Now that's Braylon Lee's child. Listen. And this is the thing, right? Y'all know the scripture always use, he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. And I can't cast it, you can't cast it, we can't cast it, so shut the fuck up. But in the same token, when it's in the group chat, we got the right to talk about it. So if you upset by people talking about you and you put it out for the public, maybe you should have been about your business behind the scenes and maybe we never got to the group chat. Okay? Okay. And by the way, gangsters don't need character witnesses. When they're a gangster, they can stand on their own. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, did that just come up? Braylon, damn it, Braylon, you're giving too much damn truth this morning. Let me say that 2 more times. A real gangster don't need character witnesses when they can stay on their own. A real gangster don't need no character witnesses when they can stay on their own. If you need character witnesses, maybe, just maybe, that means you were the fucking problem. Because the real solution is about it. Oh my Lord. When a 31-year-old is molly-whopping people that are closer to the grave to die than at the cradle to start life to become somebody important, that's a damn shame. That's a fucking damn shame. I mean, it is silly. I mean, damn. Oh my God, man. It's funny too. Like I said last night, somebody said that when other people do other content that people don't watch, they don't get any views. But I just wonder something about our channel here. I just want to see something. Let me look at something real quick. I just want to see something. Oh my Lord Jesus, what's this, y'all? 861,357 total views. But yet when other people do other content, nobody watching, nobody getting viewership. Are you producing any content to be able to say that shit? Speak for your own fucking damn self, okay? I'm just saying. Now, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Because say that about Lovely T. Say that about Kempire. Say that about Michelle H. Alien. Say that about Justin Diego Bingeworthy. Say that about Da Silva. T-Talk with your girl. Chit-chat with QT. The Gossip Girls. Wouldn't take talk. Brown skin girl drop the mic. Chef Dada. Jeremy Speaks. Make it make sense. All these other content creators have been talking about other content. They've been getting viewership. So maybe it's just your ass. Giving you the real tea. Talks about all the shit. And you get viewership. Maybe there's a flaw in your argument. Child. Oh my Lord, I mean, really, like, let's look at this. Like, what are we doing here? I'm seeing viewership here for every one of these. I don't get it. Oh, that's me and Dr. Ariel from King's Court. Bravo. You know, Bravo with the housewives and stuff. That was me and Dr. Ariel. Oh, that's when Ro entered our chatterization there. Because she's been watching every review. I mean, I'm just seeing nothing but viewership on all of these. Oh my God, I don't get it. Really? Is this what we're doing here? I mean, let me keep scrolling here. Oh, wait a minute. There's Nelly and Shanti. We belong together. There's Virgins. There's 90 Day Fiance. There's Real Housewives of Atlanta. A bullshit-ass argument versus facts. A bullshit-ass argument versus facts. A bullshit-ass argument versus facts. This is an interesting debate. You know what? Let's check in live on Anonymous T and see what she has to say about all this. Anonymous T, what do you have to say?
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
That's what she said. You know, we're just kind of wondering something here. You know, let's check in on Beyonce live right now and see what her face looks like right now with all this. Beyonce, what do you have to say on this? Ow. She is stunned, shocked, and amazed at the bullshit that's happening on her internet. Now, I also want to go to when Tay Talks Live. Let's see what when Tay Talks has to say about all this. Tay, go ahead.
Child, Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
And Tay, what did you say?
Child, Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
More time for the people in the back. I don't think they heard you.
Child, Braylon over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
Tay said it. I'm just sitting here, mind my own business, going on. Tay said it. Oh, what's that last lyric in our anthem? Anybody can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. Actually, let's hear that song right now. Let's hear that anthem real quick. Beautiful Bullish, I'm going to take down your comment for a minute so everybody can see the lyrics. Just know I still love you. But here's that anthem. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
So I suggest you know your role, stay in your lane, and drive your fucking speed limit, okay? Please and thank you. Because you try to come over here to do what I do, a fifth quarter or half of it, y'all will mentally crash. So, I suggest everybody has a wonderful Monday, because I am. By the way, we're talking about Potomac tonight, 6 o'clock, live right here. But sincerely, I wish everybody love, grace, and space, but only to the people that deserve it. So, and if anything I said ain't true, don't respond to me. Because guess what? Kings and queens don't respond to people when they're about their business. But if you do respond, you're a prince and a princess that has no business. Oh my, break, damn it, Braylon, you gotta stop saying shit. You gotta stop saying shit, Bray. Damn. Shit, they can't handle truth, honesty, and accountability because they weren't born with it. But that Braylon, you gotta stop saying shit. You got to stop saying shit. Oh man, by the way, if y'all love that theme song, our anthem there, you can always listen to it on our channel. You can download it, play it in your car, play it in your house, play it at work, play it anywhere. Now listen, if you go to a club and you play that and everybody bobbing to it, send me a video of it. I'll play it on the damn channel, because let me tell you something, that could be on radio. Nope, they're not Maybelline. They weren't born with it. It wasn't Maybelline either. You know what? Oh my God, child. They weren't born with it. I mean, that's like going off on Queen Latifah, Remy Ma, everybody else, where you can't do a fifth quarter or a half of the legacy that they created, child. I mean, good damn. It's crazy to me how black women will go off on black women, and black men will go off on black men, but yet you want to do what they've done, be a part of the industry. You want to be a part of the industry that you are pursuing, and everything in between. Okay, John. I'm just saying. I mean, that would be almost like saying until they get rid of Martell Hope on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I ain't watching Hard Hustle Houston, like Instigator saying Anonymous C's comment section. How much sense does that make? You're going to wait for a show to fix itself when there's a show that y'all been asking for life, love, and positivity? Where do you do that at? So you're going to hurt a show that can help the culture until a show that's destroying the culture fixes itself. Where they do that at? That sounds like a guilty instigator to me. Child, some of y'all out here, my Lord Jesus. Holy, and by the way, that was a public comment. Okay, so before anybody gets on me, Bray, you ain't got no right. Listen, if it's a public comment, it's a public comment, child. Talk about it with your mama, your dad, your sister, your brother. Okay? Don't cry to me because you were stupid in public. Be smart the next time you move. And I'll talk about how you were smart. Now, for anybody saying, oh, Braylon is on his high horse and he's holier than thou, this, that, and the third. Hold on. Braylon Lee can be wrong sometimes, but at least I own up to mine. I'll give you a prime example. When there was the, so y'all want me to be a main cast member, there was somebody who actually defended me that I went off on. I didn't know because I was in the heat of the moment. You know what I did? I made a whole video apologizing to that subscriber. Did I have to do it? No. But they deserve that. I've been more of a uniter before ever being a divider. Let's get that fucking straight. You know what's really interesting? Anytime I speak, nobody wants to say my name for shit. Because y'all know I have a cavalry behind me. that will come through for me, but you have an army that will never come through for you. Damn it, bro, you gotta quit saying shit. Stop it. I mean, my Lord Jesus. That part. I have a cavalry that'll come through me, but you have an army that will never come through for you. I have a cavalry from God that comes through for me, but you got an army of men that will never come through for you. That's a fucking damn shame. Factual. I mean, man. Oh, my Lord Jesus, man. Let me do something real quick. I want to do a math time on somebody real quick. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. Because I heard somebody try to talk about somebody, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, because, I mean, I could pull up these numbers I'm going to. Man, this is just sad what I'm about to do. I'm going to just let the numbers speak for themselves. Y'all know I've done math time before. Okay, let's see here. Because I'm just like, there are people out here that will just say anything just to feel like there's somebody. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. Give me a moment. I just want to make sure something real quick. Give me a moment. Okay, give me one moment, y'all. And like I said, this is going to be sad what I'm about to do. Because, sometimes we got to strain some things out, right? We got to strain some things out sometimes. And no, this content creator did not ask me to do this math time, and they can stay on their own. But what we're not going to do is drag somebody who's about something when you ain't about shit. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, almost there, y'all. Give me just a couple more minutes. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, beautiful bullish, for being here. Love you as always. Value. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Give me a moment, y'all. And this is about to be a sad math time. About to be a very sad math time. Let me get on my calculator real quick. Calculator. This total view count difference is, Lord. This is sad. So this is why you really should be about your business. Otherwise, people have the right to talk about the non-business you have. This is sad. All right, I got that there. Let me do this. Download. That one. Okay, thank you very much. As soon as it gets downloaded, we'll pull it up. Now, this person called this content creator Big Back, right? Last time I checked, there's a lot of big backs that are getting it from the back. There's a lot of big backs that are getting bags. Let's look at it. I mean, this is disgusting. This right here is disgusting. I didn't want to bring this up. So Butterfly has 1,260 subscribers versus Millie Chun TV, who has 27,000 subscribers. Total views for Butterfly, 379,495 versus 12,790,313 total views. The grand total, a difference of 25,740 subscribers, a difference of 12,410,848 total views. But you want to call her a big back though? But that big back is better than you that has no back, no ass, or no existence to be given a fuck about. Child, shut the fuck up. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. And Millie Trump, my girl, so she didn't ask me to do this, but I just thought, let's let the numbers speak for themselves, okay? Oh, Lord Jesus, and make sure your buttercups do the same math. And you know what? I'll go ahead and be fair. I'll add my numbers to it. Give me a moment. I'll add my numbers to it. Let's be fair. That was the female point of view. Let's do the male point of view. Give me a moment. Because I don't call anybody else out if I don't put myself in it either. So let's do it. Oh my Lord, this is a damn shame. I mean, God, I know you said idiots down here for us to have lessons, but did you have to send every idiot though? I just wonder. All right, here. This. Give me a moment, y'all. This is a damn shame. I just don't see it. And then I'm gonna do one more math time. Or maybe two more. We'll see. We got time, y'all. We got time. Oh my Lord, this is sad. All right. Y'all did see my number count, right? For total views. Okay. Okay. All right, let me do this here. Download. And I'm just using facts. That's all I'm doing. Like, it's no shade. I'm just using facts. That's all I'm doing. That's all I am doing. Right there. Just get douche. Give me a moment, child. Okay. All right, here. Let me do this here. Send this to myself. Because like I said, I think it's fair that I pull up my numbers as well. I think it's very fair. It's very fair. All right, here are my numbers. $3,225 subscribers versus 1,260. Total views, 861,357 total views versus 379,495 total views. Grand total difference of 1,995 subscribers and a difference of 481,862 total views. Oh man, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this one. Give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Give me one moment, y'all. This is a lot of fun. I'm really having fun this morning, aren't you? Oh, I'm having so much fun this morning, y'all. I really am. Okay. Let's do this one here. Because, I mean, this is all we really have to do to shut anybody up. Just bring up the numbers. Like, that's all we really got to do. Bring up the numbers here. Give a momental. And by the way, this is not me inserting myself. I am just displaying facts, okay? That's all I'm doing. Just displaying facts, ladies and gentlemen. Just displaying some facts. Oh, man, this is bad. You just went after this person, too. Just went after this person. Race. Damn. All right, let me download this one here too. I mean, Beautiful Bullish, can you believe this shit? All these numbers are just factual numbers. I can't believe it. I'm flabbergasted. I really am. I'm just, wow. All right, here's this one. Here's this one right here. I mean, you recently went after her. I'm just bringing up numbers. Here's this one. Prosperity Thick Girl 40. 2,260 subscribers versus 1,260 subscribers. Total view count, 554,237 total views versus 379,495 total views. Grand total difference of 1,000 subscribers, a difference of 174,772 total views. I got one more. Just one more. Just one more, y'all. Just one more. Just one more, y'all. Oh, this person just went up in some subs. Oh, Lord Jesus. Give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. This is going to be our last one. Then we're going to head on out here, y'all. This has been a fun morning. By the way, shout out to Beautiful Bullish. Always good to see her in the building. To all the Bush campus. Good to see y'all, too. Good to see y'all, too. Let me go to here. Okay, need that. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I need the total view count of this person. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. This is the main one that you're talking about. Prosperity is just the warm-up. Let me do this here. Oh my God, let me do this math, child. I want all the buttercups to do the same math that I did this morning, if y'all can do math. Some of y'all might not have graduated from high school. GED is being generous. Okay, let's see here. All right. And I need this. minus that. Oh my God. All right, y'all. This is the last bath time, y'all. Then we're gonna head on out. This has been such a fun morning. I have to tell you. And to all the content creators, if I use your name, you can use that on your channel anytime. I just want you to know that there. Okay. All right. This is the final one. Right here. This is the final one. Right here. This is the final one. Okay. All right. Here's this one, child. Speak with your girl, Marcella. 12,300 subscribers versus 1,260 subscribers. Total view count, 1,620,262 total views versus 379,495 total views. Grand total, a difference of 11,040 subscribers, a difference of 1,240,767 total views. Yeesh. Well, that's quite sad. I don't know what to say. Looks like everybody you're roasting is bigger than you. Maybe you and Thirsty Toxicity do have something in common. Everybody that you talk about is better than you, will be doing better than you, and has done better than you. You will never be able to be a fifth core half of the people that you're talking about. Let's end it with a positive news story, child. Get the hell on out of here. Senator Rand Paul says he's in favor of paying troops and federal workers during government shutdown. The Senate has failed to pass a measure that will reopen the government and allow federal workers to be paid. Rand Paul says, I'm in favor of paying the troops. I'm in favor of paying all of the employees that are currently working. And if that procedure or that vote comes before us next week, which I think there's a chance I will support that, Paul told NBC News Press. Good for Rand Paul. Good for Rand Paul. Good for him. Good for him. Oh, my Lord. Beautiful bullish. I mean, is there anything else to say, gorgeous? I think we've done our assignment. I think we have. I don't think there's anything else to say here. Hashtag lions outlive butterflies. Hashtag lions outlive butterflies. Hashtag lions outlive butterflies. I don't think there's anything else to say here. I really don't. Y'all, I love y'all. I value y'all. I appreciate y'all so damn much. And to Prosperity Thick Girl 40, Speak with your girl Marcella, Millie Chun TV, y'all can use those numbers on your channel anytime. Anytime. And I do mean at any time. Buttercups, y'all got math class to go to. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Oh, my Lord. Oh, you know what? Breaking news. I just found out the reason that Butterfly and the Buttercups did not graduate high school, didn't get a GED, didn't even go to college, community college. They barely could even make it in. I think it was this reason.
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah. Time is slipping away from me. Yeah. Time is slipping away from me. Yeah.
I love y'all. I value y'all. I appreciate y'all. I feel the love that's sitting right back to you. Beautiful Bullish, if you're available, my friend, tonight we're talking about Potomac, 6 o'clock live. One love, much love, all love. Bye, everybody. And remember, always give love, grace, and space to people that deserve it. Because if they ain't respecting you, why the fuck should you respect them? Yes, Casey and JoJo, child. Bye, y'all. Peace, love, and soul. In the words of Don Cornelius. Love y'all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that
They have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been...
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.